Hello, friends. So there wasn't a video last week because I kind of fell off the face of the earth with a really bad cold and my period. And so I'm back and I am filming this video for you, and it's gonna be a little bit out of order because just how things are, or the way that I want to do things, is out of order. So yeah, anyways, today is Tuesday, July 11th, and yesterday my husband Matt and I had a very productive cleaning day, but we didn't get everything completely finished, and I thought it would probably be helpful for me to share my tips of how I clean with pots. So doing anything with pots is a little bit different than doing things without pots, because with pots, basically, okay, if you don't know what POTS is, POTS stands for postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. So that means that my heart rate escalates anytime that I change positions. So if I go from sitting to standing, my heart rate typically goes from whatever my resting heart rate is, so usually around 70-80 beats per minute, to like 115, 130, sometimes higher, because my what's it called? My autonomic nervous system doesn't regulate my heart rate, basically. And so then it makes things really difficult. It makes you dizzy. It makes you feel short of breath while your heart rate's high. And so then you're at risk of fainting and other things. And so I have to be a little bit more careful with doing chores around the house. I have to listen to my body a little bit more than I normally would, because I don't want to pass out, especially when I'm home alone. And so, yeah, what I'm planning to get done today is I really badly want to Swiffer the floor, and I can kind of feel that my heart rate is a little bit high already. And so I'm going to take some salt. One moment. Okay, so you might be wondering, salt? You're gonna go take some salt? Yes. So salt is actually something that really helps the body to be able to regulate heart rate and blood pressure. So because of my POTS, I struggle with low blood pressure and high heart rate. And so I've been on medication to increase my blood pressure so that it would decrease my heart rate, but that hasn't been working just on its own. I need to intake more salt than the average person, but consuming just straight up salt is not exactly enjoyable. And so I have purchased these. So these are Electrolyte fast chews. So there is 100 milligrams of sodium, 30 milligrams of potassium, 10 milligrams of calcium, and 6 milligrams of magnesium in these, and they are coconut pineapple flavored, and they're really, really good. And I have noticed a huge difference in taking these, because a huge symptom for me of POTS is fatigue, and it's unlike any fatigue I've ever dealt with. Like, it's like bedbound kind of fatigue. And so when I start to feel that way, it's usually my body's way of telling me that I need some extra salt. And so I'm gonna take one of these, if I can get one out. They just look like this, and you just pop it in and suck on it, and it's gonna help regulate my heart rate while I Swiffer the floor. I've done is just the entrance and the kitchen area, and my heart rate is 165. And so I should probably take a little bit of a sitting break before I continue. This is the frustrating thing about pots, is that I can't just pound out cleaning the floor. I have to take breaks. And so I'm gonna sit for a bit. Okay, we're done. And it's time to check the heart rate. Okay, so heart rate on finishing is 152. And I am out of breath, and I got really dizzy and lightheaded a couple times. And I did take 2 breaks. One of those breaks, I had FaceTime my mom for something, and she was scolding me. Because Swiffering is typically Matt's job because it raises my heart rate so high. But because we did so much cleaning yesterday and we are just so close to being completely finished with house cleaning, I decided to just do it, because by the time my husband is able to get around to it, we'll have to vacuum all over again. And we're planning to have guests over this week, and so I decided to just do it. But when I do decide to push myself with a chore that really raises my heart rate, then I typically only do 1 chore like that, unless I'm being dumb and not listening to my body. Then I'll do more of them. But today specifically, this was my only chore that I planned to do today. And then this afternoon, I plan to go to my in-laws' place to pack a couple of orders, but that's gonna be very relaxed and not, shouldn't be hard on my heart rate or anything. And so I pushed myself now. My husband will probably scold me when he gets home, but it's done. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, July 12th. This morning I have already taken my medication for POTS, and I have eaten breakfast, and now I need to go and shower. And so for people who have POTS, your heart rate escalates like crazy when you shower, or at least it does for me. Like yesterday I was Swiffering the floor, and just doing that raised my heart rate to like 150, 160. When I shower, like I'm literally just standing in the shower, my heart rate goes all the way up to like 200. And so sometimes that means that I need to sit when I shower, but I'm clearly not going to show you that. But I wanted to take you along for the after portion of it, because I recently discovered, well, not recently, but a couple years ago, I discovered that I actually have wavy hair. And so I have a wavy hair routine, and so I was going to show you how I do that while managing my POTS. And so let's go get ready for the day. Okay, so I've just gotten out of the shower, and now I'm going to do my curl routine, wave routine. So this is dripping all over me. The difference between curly hair and wavy hair. So you can see that my hair is not forming structured curls, but they do wave. And so I have already taken out quite a bit of the water out of my hair, which is also different from the curly hair routine where you would literally leave it like soaking wet. With this, what I find is not having it soaking wet works best. And we're going to start off with a gel. So I always put a towel down on my lap, and then I'm going to brush through my hair, but upside down. So this is why it's a little bit different, because I have POTS. I just got out of the shower, so my heart rate is kind of all over the place, and so I am sitting on the toilet for this to encourage my heart rate to come down. I do about that much. And spread it out completely over your hands like this. Get it a little bit wet. Take your brush, brush it through. Currently covered in hair. Okay, now we're gonna scrunch. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm gonna take my towel and I'm just gonna do one scrunch to take out the excess moisture. And I have a hair towel that I'm going to plop my hair into now. Oh, this is the wrong way. Okay, so right now this is called plopping, and basically with the gel it's encouraging a cast to form over my waves so that they hold their structure better. And now is typically when I would have gotten dressed, but I already did that. And now I'm gonna go rest after my shower because POTS. And I'm gonna wait for this to dry a little bit, and then I will come back and show you the rest. Okay, so it's like 2 hours later, and I still haven't done anything with my hair because my stomach is not playing very nice. So I'm having a Pedialyte Freezy. These are a good way to get salt, and they taste really good, and like I'm craving food. Like I want something, but my stomach just doesn't want to behave right now. So I'm starting with a Freezy, and then I'll probably eat lunch when my husband gets home. Okay, we're gonna finish the hair now. So take it out of this thing. You can see we have waves. I'm just gonna put that there for now. And we're going to add in our curling mousse. Take off the rings for this. And then there's some waves here that are like clumping together. And so I just like to go through and piece things apart. And now I'm grabbing a diffuser while keeping my hair upside down because I'm going to create another cast. Okay, starting on a cool setting, we're gonna go low and we're going to start. Okay, so now it is mostly dry and I don't want it to get too frizzy, so I'm going to add a texturizing spray to just kind of help scrunch out the waves a little bit because they are a little bit crunchy from the gel and from the mousse. And then I'm also going to use this to tame the frizz as I scrunch. And this is the final product where I tend to leave it at this stage because as I go throughout the day, the waves are gonna kind of loosen themselves up, and as I like lie on it and stuff, the rest of the crunchiness will just work its way out. If my bangs get annoying, I usually tuck them back in like a pony or a bun or something. But yeah, we're gonna recap. It's actually cold outside, but we're gonna recap some of the things that I mentioned in this video. And yeah, so this is my first summer being diagnosed with POTS, and so it's also been my first summer trying to manage POTS. And the beginning was really rough because we were in a bit of a heat wave, and my body was not liking it at all. I had extreme fatigue. When I would be like up and outside, it would make me feel like passing out, and it was just like really difficult to get work done or do anything. And so the things that have been helping me are those salt tablets, taking in BioSteel, and then I've also been doing Pedialyte pops like you saw. They're just a nice cold treat that also has salt in it so that I can intake more salt. Also I take Midodrine 3 times a day to help manage my symptoms. And then my doctor recently prescribed me some compression socks, so I am currently waiting on those. But the issue that we are having is because I am so petite, It's really hard to find compression socks in my size that will actually provide me with the amount of compression that I need. So my doctor prescribed me like 30 to 40, whatever compression strength that is. Most people do 20 to 30, but my doctor wanted me at 30 to 40, but I'm so small that all of the 30 to 40s are really hard to order for me. So I've gone back and forth a couple of times to get fitted. I got fitted, sorry, brain fog, go back. Okay, so when I was getting fitted, basically the problems we were running into was either the thigh highs were too long because I'm quite short, so the knee highs, oh my goodness, bear with me. So what we were finding was that the knee highs were too long because I am really short, and so they were coming up over the knee because I'm really short. And then the thigh highs, the thigh measurement, all of the petites were still way too big on me, and so they didn't provide me any compression in my thighs. And so we have now ordered some petite knee highs to try in like a sheer instead of an opaque and see how those go. So I am waiting on those, and yeah, otherwise just listening to my body, taking lots of breaks. Sitting down in the shower has really helped me a lot with my symptoms, and then taking lots of breaks. Like I take a break after I take a shower, I take a break after I've cleaned anything, I sit while I'm cooking, I sit while I'm getting ready, I take breaks when I do the laundry. I have just needed to give myself a lot of breaks. I personally have never fainted from POTS yet, but there have been a couple of times where I feel as if I could, and so I just need to be more careful. And yeah, that concludes this video. I hope you found it helpful, and I hope that yeah, if you're trying to manage your POTS this summer, I hope that you were able to take away a couple of tips of how I'm managing my POTS this summer. And yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. And if you're enjoying my content, please subscribe, because I want you a part of my journey. And I just love being able to share my story with you guys. Thanks for bearing with me through the awkward parts of learning how to vlog and share my story. I am really bad at being vulnerable, and I'm learning. This is really helping me learn to be vulnerable, and I'm so thankful for each and every one of you who stops by and watches one of my videos. So until next time, bye!